This is ENT Hooligans, your entertainment hub.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an edition of SportsVista. I'm Baby Moy, and we are ENT Hooligans, and alongside me I've got Ness, Star Fox, and Austin the Blade. And guys, let's get it out of the way because I want to get it out of the way. If you guys like what we're doing, please subscribe, thumbs up, like us, share us, and also leave comments. If there's more we can do to satisfy your cravings and needs, let us know. If there's less we can do, if there's something you don't like, let us know. It's the only way that we can improve as a group and the only way that we can improve these shows that we bring to you each and every week. Now, with that being said, I want to pass it on to Star Fox. She's going to let us know how her day's been going this far before we get the festivities started. Star Fox, take it away.
Hey guys, first of all, I like this beat. It's really cool.
Yes.
It's awesome. My day's been going great, actually. Management was kind enough to provide lunch, and I guess he got into Starbucks because he got me coffee. Thank you, sir.
And now we're going to pass it on to Austin the Blade, who's going to tell us how his day's been going on, who's going to tell us what's been going on, who's going to tell us everything he pleases to tell us. Austin the Blade, take it away. Woo! I'm on fire today.
Crap, well, there you go.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm just hanging there, man. You know how it is, man. It'd be nice if I had a Mountain Dew right now, but I don't, and that's all good. And either way, the Lord is good. I woke up today. Really haven't been feeling it, if you want to call it that. But either way, you do what you gotta do. You move on with your day and with your life, and you handle your business.
Amen to that,
you
brother.
Do a show, and you do whatever. So.
Amen to that. I'm definitely down with that. And guys, that's a message that I think we all can pretty much hold on to and at least try to, because no matter what's going on, no matter what's up, no matter how you're feeling, hey, he said something very important. He woke up today, so. And that in itself is the biggest blessing we can receive each and every day. That we could smile and wake up and say, hey, another day. Now we pass it on to my man, Ness. What's going on, buddy?
Amen to that. It's been a pretty good day. Got some production work done. Got some technical work done. But now here I am. And, as Austin said, we all woke up this morning, and we're definitely fortunate for that. And before we go any further, thoughts and prayers go out to those who suffered, were impacted by the latest tragedies that took place this past week.
Yeah.
Not just yesterday, but also this past Tuesday as well.
Oh, right.
Thoughts and prayers go out to everybody over in Texas and New York.
This world is a crazy place.
And that's why people need to. I don't know, man.
It's very easy to fall into that trap of living in fear when it comes to these kind of things, but it goes to show you we can't live that way, because
that's nowhere to live.
No,
it's going to happen no matter where we are. We just have to.
Or your fake sense of security. A false sense of it.
Yes.
Nothing happens in my community. Well, guess what? Never say never.
Check twice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers with all the families affected and all that. May hope that Father God or whatever you believe in brings you peace and the tranquility that you might need to acquire during these times of trial, because it's not easy. Especially, it's one thing to deal with death if you kind of expect it to happen, but when it catches you by surprise like this, especially a horrific act such as those which took place on Sunday, which is yesterday, and this past Tuesday on Halloween, it's something that's devastating, obviously. It's devastating when death happens unexpectedly, yes, but when you key in the elements and look at it from that side of things, when it's cold-blooded murder, right. when it's malicious intent, when it's cruelty of that degree, then obviously the pain, it's beyond anything that I think anybody could even imagine or fathom, and it's easy to fall into even hate.
For sure.
So
most definitely.
But with that said, again, prayers and thoughts, and to the best of everyone's ability, we gotta try and prosper. We gotta try and move on forward. It's difficult. It doesn't happen overnight. Even people like you and I who are seemingly fine, we struggle every day. We contend with situations, and we contend most of all with ourselves. If there's any, I always say, if there's any bigger enemy that we battle each and every day, it's us. We are our own best friend, and we are our own worst enemy, because there's a lot of times where we tend to look at things and we think, oh, we have this, we have that, and then we turn around, oh no, we don't have this, we don't have that, and then one day we're feeling this way, we're feeling that way, we're happy, our head is up in the clouds, and the next day it's like, holy crap, I feel like you know what, and we're just not content.
It fluctuates. It fluctuates,
to
say the least, and all we can do is just take it one step at a time, one day at a time. That's all we can do.
Exactly. But, again, going back to Austin, and he said something very key and that I liked very much. He was able to wake up today. So take that for what it is, folks, and really hold on to that blessing, because that's more than what you realize. So with that said, this is SportsVista. Kind of fell into an endless possibility mode. But this is SportsVista, and we're obviously going to talk about UFC, which took place at Madison Square Garden this past Saturday.
Saturday night,
That's right. The big 217. Yeah. So, and what an event it was. A lot of things happened. Very eventful. Very eventful and very action-packed. And also, before we get to that, I just want to discuss a little bit of wrestling for all you wrestling fans out there, because I've been asked, hey, why don't you cover wrestling that much? So, and, there's a lot of wrestling fans out there, so here's the deal. The wrestling roundup, if you may. Now, TNA Bound for Glory happened last night. And I don't even know why I brought that up, because I didn't even watch it.
We didn't watch it.
No.
All I know,
something way better.
All I know is that Santino Marella was backstage, and Jimmy Jacobs was backstage as well. Jimmy Jacobs showed up. I don't know if Santino Marella made it on screen. However, who cares? It's TNA. Just know that Bound for Glory was last night. Shows you how much I care for TNA. Moving on to something, as Austin mentioned, more exciting, more popping, more happening. Yes. Shut up, Ness.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, this talk about TNA just made me...
Wait. No, I'm kidding. I was going to say something else, but never mind. No.
Is it over?
Not that
the wrestling. So the wrestling.
Hey!
I'm sorry. I sound so funny. Hey.
Well.
Had a rough morning, man.
Well, it could be.
Right? And I have a little bit of fun.
Well, that's a nice stress reliever, to say the least.
Anyway.
For all the people who love lustful thoughts and feelings,
yeah, that's a nice stress reliever.
If you want some good sites, I will post them up on the description below. No, I won't do that. I could get it.
No, you will not.
Wow.
Just Google it, folks. Okay, Google it.
No,
That's right.
No.
Type in TNA, you'll see what you see what you're gonna get. Some weird-ish. But anyway, so the wrestling world was turned upside down yesterday, and this is what I'm talking about. Before I even let that cat out the bag, let's just look at the state of WWE real quick. You have people leaving left and right. Finn Balor is potentially set to wanting to leave the company because he's not happy with the direction of his character. Neither is Triple H happy with the direction of his character. But we're talking about a Triple H versus McMahon type of ratio here. And at the end of it all, McMahon is always going to win. In spite of how much power Triple H holds, yes, Triple H has power in terms of NXT, but beyond that, how much say does he really have? Who knows? However,
right.
Here's something worth noting. Triple H was at an indie show this past weekend. I know. Triple H was...
Wow.
Let that sink in real quick. Triple H was at an indie show this past weekend. What does that let you guys know? What does that tell you guys? Tell me.
Right.
Well, he wants to, maybe find more talent. Or he wants real good wrestling.
I get to walk out here and hold up a WWE title. And you get to stand in here and you get to say that you're friends with the WWE, and that's pretty cool.
Yes! WWE and ICW setting up a drink.
Well, I'm not your only friend.
Oh,
What? That's right, I almost forgot. I've got lots of friends at the WWE. Triple H! Get on out here! What on earth? The game! WWE CEO is here! Triple H is
Whoa, easy there, play-by-play guy. He's not the CEO.
Well, he is partially.
wow.
Former World Heavyweight Champion!
That guy really gets into it.
Yeah, he's pumped. Yeah, he's pumped.
Yeah.
Triple H!
I would be too!
Of an ICW ring!
Yeah.
There it is, right there! He said one day it would happen! Mark Dallas standing next
Well, it's
to
a good thing
Triple
this
H!
is FM radio.
Feel this, ladies and gentlemen!
Now, I want you guys to take
Wait, who was
in-
standing next to him?
Hold on a second. Forget that. That doesn't matter. I want you guys to take into consideration Triple H's sincere speech here. Hold on.
Oh, really?
Watch how genuine he sounds and overall happy.
That's Bo Dallas standing next to him, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So like he said, it's good to have friends, right?
Absolutely!
A little bit busy right now. Just took a second to stop by here. We're just down the road, but I had to stop by. Want to bring the champ with us? But I just wanted to take a second to come here tonight to thank all you. Because the truth is, this is where our business starts. Every single night in a place like this, with guys like this, in a group like ICW.
To even hear him say those words, listen to this! The Welsh are known for being in great voice, and they certainly are tonight.
That's where it goes. ICW, Progress, places like that. That's where you see this stuff grow. It's where you see it start. It's where you see it boil up. Oh, feel free.
NXT, I think we've heard of it. Bring a little bit of sanity.
And I appreciate you guys supporting it. Whether you're here going nuts for this, and look, I heard a couple of you booing in the beginning when I mentioned it. I heard a couple of you looking for an ass whipping. But the truth is, this is where it starts, and we're all no different. We all love this business. I'm no different than every one of you. I started out just a fan, just loving this, thinking it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, man. And I'm just like this guy here, just like that guy there, and not really like him, but at all. Yeah.
Not even slightly.
But thank you guys. Thank you for supporting this. Thank you for being here for ICW. Continue to support this because it's going to continue to grow. The UK, England, guys like Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, we're going to light the world on fire. The UK, all of this, Europe, it's going to continue to flourish. We're going to make it bigger than it's ever been before. And this business, we're going to take to new heights. People think the WWE is the biggest. You ain't seen nothing yet. Thank you guys very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what an endorsement by the CEO of
Ladies
WWE.
and gentlemen, one last time, give it up for Triple H! Ladies and gentlemen.
And this business, we're going to take to new heights. People think the WWE is the biggest. You ain't seen nothing yet. New heights. People think the WWE is the biggest. You ain't seen nothing yet.
There you go.
There you go.
Wow. Now that's Triple H saying it. Wow.
No. That's Paul Levesque saying it.
What does that tell you in terms of his feelings about the business and where he would take WWE once it's under his full control?
And I said it that way because, you know, he was speaking genuinely from the heart. This was not a promo. This was not any storyline-based thing. This was Paul Levesque speaking as a man who loves this business. At an independent, at an indie circuit event, scouting the new talent, looking at the future of the business.
Yes. What was your question, sir?
What does that tell you in terms of how he views the business, and what does that also tell you in terms of where you feel he would take the WWE if it were and once it is under his hand?
Okay. I'm sorry, Austin, go ahead.
Oh no, it's all. Well, to me, maybe he'll do like how it used to be, you know, maybe somewhat exciting again, and maybe people can do like more moves or something. I don't know.
So no limitations or very few limitations in terms of your in-ring work.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like the indie scene, you know.
Ultimately, I think that's what he wants to do. I think that he understands and he sees how huge the indie scene is. He sees how huge NJPW is. Obviously, NJPW is a major league, but because it intertwines with Ring of Honor, he sees how effective that is and how that works for NJPW and how that effectively also helps a company like Ring of Honor.
Correct.
And ultimately, he wants to bring elements of that to the WWE.
Correct.
Yes. Which he should. I mean, but the question is, what's Vince going to do? You know?
This is not going to happen until Vince retires.
Whenever that'll be.
Well, you know, I've said to Mo off air that Vince, the day Vince retires is the day that he.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Yeah, I've always said he's gonna die with a pen and a clipboard in his hand.
Yep.
That's how it's gonna happen.
That's the only way Vince is going to retire.
Who's gonna get it after he does?
I already said Triple H. That's who gets the company. And you know what? I used to say, why not Shane? But I kind of understand why not Shane. And why not Shane? Because Shane, he really doesn't want to deal with the company, if you want the honest truth. Triple H is more of the businessman. Triple H has always had a mind for the business. And Triple H isn't delusional and senile like Vince McMahon. Triple H understands and sees that it's the indie scene that's really making noise now, that people are flocking to watch actual wrestling. People are not flocking to watch these soap operas unfolding. People want in-ring, you know.
There's enough of that on reality TV as it is.
Thank you. Or in reality.
Which brings me to this subject.
Well, yeah.
The wrestling world was turned on its head yesterday when Chris Jericho announced at NJPW's event that he was going to be fighting Kenny Omega, who's one of the hottest wrestlers right now. He's on fire. Everybody's buying his shirts. He's going to be in New Japan as of January 4th. And this is for the title, mind you. Kenny versus Jericho. Who would have ever thought, or who really saw it coming? Now, honestly, prior to this, yes, Chris Jericho was having some sort of back and forth with Kenny Omega on Twitter. But as we all know, Triple H, Chris Jericho is known for doing this sort of thing. He's known for ribbing the internet. He's known for pulling off these stunts, and it's nothing more than just him trolling. Little did we realize that this was actually true, and Chris Jericho had signed with NJPW as of August. Hence, we never saw him after he made his brief appearance on SmackDown in July, because that was supposed to be, you know, Chris Jericho's ushering into SummerSlam and putting him in a story leading into SummerSlam, which obviously didn't happen because, well, he signed with other company. The reason? He was unhappy with WWE's usage of him. Not only that, Chris Jericho had proposed an idea,
that seems
which
to be a common
WWE
theme in WWE as of late. Yeah.
Chris Jericho proposed an idea which WWE shut down. The idea is this. And it would be so awesome to see, and I hope they televise this, because basically Ring of Honor gave Chris Jericho the okay on the idea, because obviously if he's with NJPW, he's automatically affiliated with Ring of Honor. So basically what's going to happen... Right? Yes. So basically what's going to happen here is there's going to be a wrestling event that'll take place on a cruise ship, which...
Oh, wow.
You know, that's intriguing just because of the venue alone.
Yeah.
A cruise ship.
Exactly.
And WWE turns that down.
See that?
What is wrong with them?
Why would you do that?
Do you guys realize why they're saying that the indie scene, why they're saying that New Japan is a huge threat for WWE at this given point?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Listen, they're making major noise.
Things.
They're making...
Right. It's just so much.
I mean, people are wearing shirts to WWE events. You know, it's incredible what's going on with NJPW right now.
It truly is.
And they should be scared of NJPW.
Well, the truth is, right now, they won't be, because WWE is still in a position where they can say whatever, do whatever, negotiate however, and they're still fine. Why? Because they hold a crap load of money, obviously.
Yes.
However, if the network subscriptions keep on falling, if the ratings for Raw keep on falling, if attendance for these live events and pay-per-view events keep on dropping, then we're definitely going to see a huge crash in terms of the business. And sure, okay, one can say it's the NFL, their ratings are low, it's this, their ratings are low, but for how long can you keep up that excuse? For how long is that going to work? For how long are you going to be able to sustain your company with these excuses? And going back to my point, Triple H sees what wrestling should be.
And by the way, the NFL ratings might have dropped, but they're still high.
Yes. In spite of everything.
It's the NFL.
They find themselves in no trouble at all. Come on. But Vince, the point is, Triple H knows what wrestling fans are looking for nowadays. Triple H has a vision. And he understands. Listen, the American fans no longer want these silly, goofy gimmicks, these silly, with no explanation towards why certain wrestlers are in a story. He wants it to be what it should be and what it should have always been. The name of the game is wrestling, folks. And Triple H sees that. And finally, American audience sees that.
Tell your story in the ring. Literally. Tell it in the ring. Yeah, have promos. Promos are great. Tell it in the ring.
Exactly.
Look at NJPW. NJPW is... They tell their stories in the ring. Yeah, you have promos. But they're not long and boring and blah, and they're very entertaining and they pump you up. You know.
They're not heavily scripted either, or scripted at all, might I say.
No, they're not. You know, and it's great. You know, they tell their stories in the ring, and that's how wrestling should be.
It's called in-ring psychology. And it's something that I've always been fond of, is how you use the ring to tell a story, how you use the ring to even strategize some sort of offensive maneuvers, how you use the ring to hurt your opponent.
That's what that's called. Okay.
You can tell stories with the ring.
Yep.
You can tell stories using the ring.
You don't have to necessarily be on some stage. You know.
It's as I've always said. It's a formula so simple. And it's called, you're the champ and I'm gunning for you. Let the intrigue... See, the intrigue of a wrestling match comes in this. And everybody now finally understands it. That the intrigue doesn't so much lie in the story, but the story is made by the two combatants fighting for said title. The intrigue is this wrestler is fighting that wrestler. The story is what's going to happen when this person and that person locks up. The story is what happens when skill set A faces skill set B. That's the story.
And as you just mentioned before, I'd like to capitalize on that. Is you mentioned before, the American audience is being exposed to that. The American audience is now seeing the legitimacy of wrestling, because as we've said before, wrestling is a sport everywhere else around the world. It's an Olympic sport.
Yes.
And what is the intrigue of sports? Two teams or two individuals fighting to be champion.
Right.
I will say this.
That's it.
January 4th, Wrestle Kingdom. If you don't have a subscription to NJPW, get on Google Chrome. Hit that translate from Japanese to English button if you don't understand Japanese. That way you could read the website. Subscribe to it. It's less than the WWE Network, but it's better because it's better wrestling. Every single time I've watched an NJPW event, I'm left with the sense of, what did I just watch? What just happened out there? Who did I just see? What in the world? That didn't just happen. And it gets me, it leaves me wanting more. I don't remember the last time I watched Raw or a WWE event that left me wanting more, that left me wondering what's next And guess what, folks? There's really no storylines in NJPW. There's really no storylines in Ring of Honor. There's really no stories even in NXT.
Nope.
But every time NXT has a show, every time Ring of Honor puts on a show, every time NJPW put on a show, it leaves me wanting more.
Yep.
How can you have a product under your same roof, WWE, and I'm talking about NXT, how can you have a product under your same roof and it whoops your own ass? Your own product is kicking your ass. And you want to know why Vince McMahon drafts these people from NXT to WWE and does nothing with them afterwards? Because he's afraid. It simply comes down to that. He's afraid. He's afraid of the potential that these wrestlers have. He's afraid that if he lets them loose, they will piss all over his little crappy-ass, talentless Roman Reigns.
Thank you.
Right?
He doesn't want he doesn't want the Roman Empire to be overthrown.
And he should, you know.
Good one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very. You know, and that should happen. That should, you know, somebody should piss all over little Roman Reigns' bullcrap empire.
And listen, I will say this much.
They should look to the future, yeah.
I will say this much.
All this talent. You got all this talent in their own roster, and they don't want to elevate it.
I will say this much. Could Roman Reigns be good? Yes. I will say this too. Is Roman Reigns as bad as what's suggested? No. He's just scripted. And that's the problem with all of those boys employed by WWE. I'm not talking about NXT now. Strictly the main roster, and that's the problem.
And that's just sad, you know? That's just really sad.
Yeah.
And can we get some actual WWE writers back in here?
Yes.
Right.
Enough with the Hollywood crap. You know, here's the thing. NXT has a separate group, a separate team of writers. They ain't Hollywood writers.
Wow.
But I'm going to ask you guys, who's in charge 100% of NXT? Can I get an answer?
Triple H?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Triple H.
Oh.
And every single time we have a Royal Rumble event, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series, the big four, right?
Right.
It's ushered in by an NXT event.
Correct.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. After you watch SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the general public, the general idea, the general feeling is the following. SummerSlam wasn't SummerSlam. Survivor Series wasn't Survivor Series. Royal Rumble wasn't Royal Rumble. WrestleMania wasn't WrestleMania. NXT was SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Everyone says NXT was what they did in 2.5 hours pisses all over what SummerSlam and all those big four do in 4 hours.
Yep. Yep. And you know, you know what's sad is, you know, and I told Mo this off the air. I said, Wrestle Kingdom is my WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
absolutely.
It's my WrestleMania. I feel that. I mean,
exactly.
And it's not just Wrestle Kingdom. And it's not just Wrestle Kingdom. I don't mean to cut you off, but it seems like every single event, they deliver matches that fans want to see.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
Yes.
Who would have ever thought Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega?
Yo, I did not see that one coming, that's for sure.
Wait.
Who?
Oh, I know they had that.
Who would have thought Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega? Who?
Oh, dude.
Seriously.
That'd be awesome.
That's gonna happen on the 4th of January.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, I must not have heard that, but... I tell you what. Dude, like, I would... Like, even somebody like me, I would pay for Wrestle Kingdom. I know it's through New Japan, but... Wow.
It's only $8.
Right.
That's worth more than $8, guys.
For real. I mean...
All the events, not just Wrestle Kingdom, but all of them are worth more than $8.
Wrestle Kingdom, Destruction, all those events.
Oh, man.
The G1 Climax, the biggest, which they've deemed the biggest and most valuable and most prestigious wrestling tournament anywhere.
It's awesome. Like, to give an idea how far into it, that was the first time I watched New Japan, and I watched the 4th day, the last day, the Sunday morning. I actually watched that live. I want to watch it that bad. And then I watched it again. We all watched it again. And I still enjoyed it after the second time of me watching it.
Yeah.
So that says something right there. Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this event a second time. But the New Japan, you would though. Because I know I did. I was like, shoot, I'll watch it a second time.
I want more. That's what I know.
I did too. I mean, even last night I was like, dang, dude. Like,
you know, and I'm kind of glad that we don't get it on a weekly basis.
No.
I am too, and that's the other thing. I love the fact that it's a monthly thing. Exactly. You know, I like the fact that Ring of Honor is... Because you're not saturated.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you're just like, this again? Really? Because that's disappointing, you know? Like, Raw. I don't have any interest in Raw.
No.
Yeah, but Raw, once upon a time, was a weekly show that you wanted to see.
Correct. It was. But guess what? It's not anymore. You know?
No.
It's not. I mean, all the good people, all the best people are either leaving or rumored to leave WWE.
Mm-hmm. Because they see...
And that's going to hurt them.
And it's easy to sit here, and it's easy to say, but WWE pays you well. Well, for some wrestlers, their dignity, their name, being able to share with the world their God-given abilities means more than money itself.
Correct.
Now, obviously, they partially do it for the money. Everything you do, you partially do it for the money, of course. But that's not their main driving force.
Yeah, that's not the drive. Well.
They do it because they love it.
That was kind of messed up.
You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. And, well, that's why people should do anything. I mean, yeah, making money is a good thing, but when it's all about the money, you know, people, they can tell when it's just about the money.
Exactly.
You know? There's... So, yeah, it's... And a lot of people, they're like, well, there isn't much... What's the term that I'm looking for? Like, it seems like there isn't much heart behind it, or there isn't much... You know, they just want to make the money and that's it, and get out of there. And that's the thing about New Japan and all that, is like they can be themselves, like they can, you know, it's just interesting. Like I love New Japan and how interactive it is and stuff like that. That's my favorite things about it, actually. Like they can interact with the audience and things like that. You know?
Oh yeah, and they
that's
do.
Just really cool to see. That's so awesome. That's freak. I love watching it just for that too. That's just really cool.
Absolutely, and I'm just happy to see that the American audience has finally woken up and they see what wrestling is, how it should be valued, how it should be seen, how it should not be scripted.
Yeah.
Correct.
To a point where you're just controlling everybody.
Mm-hmm.
See it for what they have, for their skill set, for how they perform in the ring. See it for its intrigue of, oh my god, this person's fighting that person. What's gonna happen?
Yep.
Excuse me.
When you watch, as Ness said, when you watch any other sporting event, when you watch anything, especially when it comes to the fight game, like this past Saturday, what's gonna happen when Bisping takes on George St. Pierre?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Experience.
Oh my goodness.
Versus middleweight experience. What's gonna happen? What's George gonna do? What's gonna happen during the takedown? How's he gonna handle middleweight? How's he gonna handle the transition from welterweight to middleweight? You ask yourself all these questions. And that's the same approach that one should have when it comes to the wrestling game.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, it is a sport. It is a sport.
And that's how
It's
it
not a
should
reality
be treated.
show. It's a sport.
It should be treated as a sport because think about it.
Sport.
High school wrestlers, right? There's no storylines.
Nope, they're not out there cutting promos and then getting in there
No.
and fighting. No. Same thing in college. They're not doing that either.
I was just going to
They're
say
fighting
college
in-
wrestling too.
They are competing in tournaments to win what? Belts. NCAA titles. Or local high school titles.
Yeah.
I want to
That's what they're fighting for.
I want to bring up a really good example here. Let's look at the Attitude Era. Yes, it was story driven. I'm not going to say it wasn't. However, the main focus was the fact that you are the champion and I'm coming for you, boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Every title was the focal point of every story.
What was McMahon's gripe with Steve Austin? I don't want him being, what? Champion.
Champion.
Everything was centered around
Correct.
champion. Intercontinental champion, tag team champion, WWF champion.
Women's champion, hardcore champion, cruiserweight
Every
champion.
single title had
Every story.
significance.
Every story was centered around a specific title.
Now it doesn't.
In NJPW, in Ring of Honor, every single title main events.
Yes.
Sometimes the championship, the main championship, the heavyweight championship is the main event. Sometimes it's the U.S. title. Sometimes it's the Intercontinental Championship. Why is this good? Because it lets every champion know you are valuable. There are tournaments to crown champions. There are light heavyweight tournaments, tag team tournaments. Why? Because it lets that division know you guys aren't just anybody. You guys are as important as Kazuchika Okada, the NJPW heavyweight champion. It lets Ring of Honor personnel know Cody Rhodes, the ROH heavyweight champion, ain't the only big shot here.
Nope.
It lets everybody know that they are important. Thus, it boosts up every single one of those wrestlers' morale.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And they know.
Exactly.
They know that fans want more and more indies. They know fans want more and more NJPW. And they're going to give it everything they've got every single time they go out there to perform. Why? Because it's genuine. Why? Because fans respond to it. Why? Because fans love it. And they're not chanting the same old, this is awesome, this is awesome. You know, they're not chanting the same stupid, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. No.
They're doing this.
Right, it's different.
Yes. You know,
Monday Night Raw, please.
Or they're going,
Yeah, it's
woo,
gonna.
woo.
Yes, with the clap.
It's gonna put me right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, or you have the elite
It's gonna
chant.
put me right.
You know,
raw to
the
sleep.
elite, the elite, the elite, the elite. You know.
Uh-huh.
Woo, woo.
Not
Yeah.
that same boring.
Exactly.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Hey, and everybody knows you can't spell elite without Eli, right? Right?
Shut up.
Shut up. Get out of here. Oh, yeah. And
Oh, by the way, big
and
up to
then
big up to the New York Giants. I love how they play. Oh, I am such a fan of Big Blue Balls over there.
Dude,
Good job,
Wait.
Big Blue. Good job. Good job. Thumbs up to you, Big Blue. Here we go.
Go ahead, Crystal.
I couldn't.
Go ahead,
I heard
Crystal.
about
Yeah.
that.
you know, in NJPW, you have this.
Uh-huh.
Do you like that with a steel? Because I had a steel cup.
Yes, that was nice.
You know, and it's you don't have the same chance over and over and over again.
You don't. You truly
Nor
don't.
do you have right.
Night. Yes, sir. Let's see what's going on here.
I know, WWE, it's the same two chants every single time.
This is awesome.
Okay, and I don't mind that this is
notice
awesome. I don't mind that this is awesome chant, but I do mind the other one.
You suck.
Did you guys notice the difference
Yeah.
in the enthusiasm of that of the crowd in that indie event you just did?
That this is awesome.
man.
That this is awesome was
That
genuine.
was genuine.
That was
you go.
legit.
There you go.
That
Yes.
was
There you go.
genuine.
Yeah, you could tell. You're like, yeah, that's legit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, and you have Okada playing air guitar.
That wasn't Okada.
Who was it?
Okada. Really? That's Tanahashi.
That wasn't
sorry.
Sin Cara?
No, no.
Sinka.
Oh, man.
No.
It wasn't Okada, it wasn't Sin Cara either? Okay.
You have people playing air guitar.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Wow.
You know.
Holy.
But no,
This is really soothing.
WWE on the other hand,
I
same
know.
old crap.
Piano. Right.
And
That's what I want,
again,
more
and again, I don't mind this is awesome, but if I mind that you
Not
suck,
every time.
can't you chant any other remark?
Yeah. Besides, you suck.
No.
You're inept!
You inept.
That's not what I meant. You moron!
How would that work?
Moron!
You inept.
Moron! Moron! Moron!
Well,
Moron! Exactly. It's not the same crap.
It's a shame.
That is a shame. That's very a shame.
But anyway, moving on
Yes.
to something else that was spectacular this past weekend. UFC 217, the return of GSP.
Yes.
that was, I tell
Man.
you what, man.
A night in which 3 titles changed hands.
It's amazing.
A night in which we saw those 3
spectacular
titles
fashion.
change hands via finishes.
Yes.
Don't mind that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, it was amazing. And you guys know me, I really wasn't feeling it. I was like, yeah, UFC, that's great, but once I watched, I was like, this is great.
We have a new women's strawweight champion.
Yes.
In Joanna.
Rose
I mean, not young Jake.
Rose. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Namajunas.
Namajunas. Yes. Yes.
Defeated.
Defeated JJ.
TKO, I believe. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody calls her that.
Yeah, JJ. Yeah.
Now, before we even examine the fight, I want to talk about something that happened prior. There was you know how they have those telephone conferences for the fighters?
Yeah.
Now, here's one thing to take into consideration. Could Rose have taken what JJ said personally? And what I'm alluding to is the fact that Joanna kept uttering the words challenge, mental challenge, mental challenge. Rose, she has a mental problem. This is legitimate.
Oh.
Yeah, she recently, she admitted that she had, like, some, anxiety issues, so she had to step away for a while.
Oh.
To deal with that.
My God.
I wasn't aware of that.
So that's where that came from, maybe.
So, no, well, but that's not what Joanna meant by that, but that's how, but, you know.
Yeah, but bro, she could have taken, no, she did say she wasn't, she wasn't mentally stable.
Right, she did say.
She did say unstable.
Right.
Oh, wow.
But that was not, that wasn't what she was trying to say, though.
Yeah, but bro,
what she was trying to say was...
But
is it?
Hold
on. You can't necessarily defend her, bro. Hold on.
You never
Because she kept on alluding to that.
Well, again, I'm also pointing out her explanation of what she said as well. To follow it up. You know. Yes.
Yeah, but
she shouldn't have said it that way.
But she shouldn't have said that regardless, especially knowing Rose's situation.
Right. She shouldn't have said it that way. If
she shouldn't have said it at all.
She could have, because what she was referring to is her mental state as a competitor. Is what she was trying to allude to, but it just didn't come out.
Yeah, but bro, that could easily be. Yeah,
could...
but either way, if that's what you're trying to say, you're still calling her mentally challenged.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, especially when we're dealing with Namajunas, because, come on. I mean, are you really? It's one of those, you know, where it's such a delicate subject.
It is.
And I don't think that she should have said that. And in doing that, she lost a lot of support.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say rightfully so or not.
No, I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Because it makes you think, you know, well, gosh, you're saying that this person's, you know, mentally challenged. What do you think of other people?
But here's my thing. I mean, people were outraged over that, but these are the same. But how many? But then we had the whole circus with this idiot over here.
Okay, and nobody is talking about his racial slurs.
Exactly. Because as far as like the whole, you know, mentally weak thing, we've heard fighters say that before. That's nothing.
Yeah, but bro, hold on, Ness, hold on. You're getting it kind of effed up here a little bit though, because this was directed to somebody who is.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the whole point of it.
It's different when it's not.
Is it? Would you guys? Would we be having this conversation if this were two men who, if one guy had said this to another guy?
Yeah.
If it was the same situation, absolutely.
If it was the same situation, of course.
I doubt it. I mean, us, yes, but with the rest of the public, probably not.
Well, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, let's take a fighter like Matt Hamill. What if somebody had made fun of the fact that he was deaf, or he is?
Yes.
What if somebody had made fun of his speech? What if somebody said, you know, mentally, I think I'm gonna beat this guy because MMA is a challenge for him? There are certain people whom you don't say certain things to.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And what I'm saying, all I'm saying is that could have been enough to piss this girl off. Now, I'm not saying that she clutched onto that and that was her only reason for winning, but that could have fired her up even more so. Along with her belief, along with her being so calm and understanding and knowing I have what it takes to beat this girl. Now on top of that, on top of me believing that I could beat this girl, you've been said this to me now.
Yeah.
Before it was on, girl. Now it's really on.
This is where awareness is is key here, because had we not been aware of Rose's anxiety issues that she was dealing with, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
No.
We would just have taken this as two fighters just talking trash to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because we are aware of what Rose has dealt with.
You know, Pat Barry was very vocal about this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as we all know, her and Rose and Pat Barry are currently going
together,
out.
yeah.
And they're going out.
They are? Oh, shoot. No, but he's freaking old, though. What the heck? Anyway.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
Pat Barry was fun to watch in the octagon. So I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
his record is doesn't really speak for itself. But he was fun to watch. Boy, he was never in a boring fight. Now, granted,
However,
you know what Joanna had said. I mean, granted, she shouldn't have said it. But what she explained afterwards was what she was trying to say was that Rose wasn't ready for this.
No, I know, bro. I get that, but you don't say that to her.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
You know.
She proved her wrong. She's not ready for this.
Oh yeah. But you know, I just wanted to put everything out there so that we have.
Oh yeah.
its entire context.
I get that, but
Right.
You
again,
don't want
you
to make it
don't.
seem like Joanna just.
You
You don't want to
don't
make it
say-
seem like Joanna just attacked the mental health community or anything like that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but still, you don't say that to her.
Right.
Would you say that to somebody who's mentally challenged? In
No,
spite of what it is you're quote unquote trying to say?
No.
That's the point.
No.
You know, would you say that to somebody who's that? Or you know what?
You know, and I get the
Yeah,
point. We
we should-
you know, we shouldn't misconstrue what she said either. However,
Exactly. Yeah.
you
yeah.
just don't say that at the same time. You don't say that. If you know that
You
a
can't
person,
see,
if you
so-
know that a person struggles with a specific illness or with a specific mental
Yeah,
state, you don't
just don't
attack
know
that,
that.
or you don't
Yeah.
say things that could allude to you attacking that.
Right.
Right, because it came out really.
It came
really
out
bad.
wrong.
Yeah, it came out wrong.
Horribly
She was-
wrong.
She was trying to say that she wasn't ready for it, and the way she said it was just totally wrong.
Yeah.
It came out really bad.
Right.
Yeah, it did.
But on to the fight.
So, you know, I don't think, you know, obviously we all know, well, anybody who followed this knows that she didn't really have any malicious intent behind it.
Right.
So, but she shouldn't have said it that way. Yeah.
No.
That we can
she
all
shouldn't.
agree on that.
Oh yeah.
On to the fight. JJ got steamrolled.
Oh my god, did she ever?
Man, did she ever.
Woo-wee!
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I mean,
That was crazy.
she went from getting dropped to getting stopped. You guys like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, that was a good one, sir.
My goodness. I would play the audio, but I could get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Drop to stop. Yeah. That's funny.
But oh
Now we
my.
have a new strawweight champion in Rose Namajunas. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what I like about her?
That's right.
I like
learn that name, okay? Learn it. She's the champion now. Learn the name.
Will you hush? I liked her post-fight interview, and I like how humble she came across. And she said she's just a normal person. You know, and Joe Rogan. Yeah. Joe Rogan was like, "Come on, put yourself over," and she was like, "Nah."
She was like, "Nah."
Oh well.
And that says a lot.
Again, it goes back to an argument. Well, not so much an argument, but it goes back to a point that we constantly make here and that we've made already on this show. Yes. Let your actions speak for themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, which is something we mentioned on our previous podcast about
St. Pierre.
The great skill sets. St. Pierre, Johnson, Jones.
Yeah, you said St. Pierre might be a boring speaker, but
in the cage, he says a lot. Fun to watch.
And that's what ultimately has given him his name. St. Pierre,
Anderson Silva, same thing. These guys.
I mean, look at
guys,
Rose.
The guys in the Mount Rushmore.
I mean,
they don't have
look
to
at
talk
Rose.
trash.
Look at Rose. You know,
Rose is another
she may
example,
sound boring, but gosh, you were right, Ness.
What I tell you guys on a previous podcast. I said,
Man.
boring outside the cage, but in the ring, she is exciting to watch. She is a spark plug.
Woo! Gosh.
Yeah.
Man.
And she's just getting started, man. She's 25 years old, guys.
Oh, wow.
But for your J check,
she's getting started.
But for your J check, what I say is this: sometimes a loss is the best thing that can happen to your career.
Yes. Yep. Coming into this fight, she was undefeated.
Unless you're Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah. Because then it could essentially, it could bring you back down to earth. Oh, you know what? There is stuff I have to work on.
Yeah, or unless you're McGregor.
I don't think Joanna Jędrzejczyk is one of those who isn't going to bounce back from this. I mean, she's always thriving to be the best.
McGregor.
Oh, that guy.
That guy. That guy.
This guy.
That guy.
It might sound crazy, but I love talking about how inept and putrid McGregor is. Seriously.
Oh, I enjoyed that a little too much. Sorry.
The dislike is real.
The dislike for real.
Uh-huh.
Good gracious.
Wow.
But big up to Rose, man. She deserves it.
Absolutely, man.
She went in. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
She definitely
she's
deserves
strawweight
it.
champion. And boy,
Yes,
she's still young. She's still in the prime of her career.
And overall, she won convincingly.
Here we go.
She
very
did.
convincingly. Yeah, there was no argument about this whatsoever.
You know what? And I believe, and this is just my stance. If you beat the champion convincingly in that fashion, I'm sorry, former champ, but you don't deserve a rematch. At least not right away.
Nope. Nope.
A fight that goes the distance? Yeah, fine. Ask for your rematch.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But wins like those? No.
Nah.
Get back online, fight your way up again, get #1 contendership rights, and there you go.
I believe I seen an article recently, I think it was yesterday, where rumor has it Paige Van Zandt is up for the
I've seen that too.
Shot.
I've seen that too, yeah.
Team Alpha Male, or in this case, Team Alpha Female.
Yes.
Paige Van Zandt.
Is she good?
She's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, she's all right.
I think she's going to lose to Rose, though.
Yeah, she can't stack up to... Yeah, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, pre-predictions. Welcome to the,
that's right. We don't know when this fight is going to happen yet, but we're making our predictions right now. Rose is going to win.
Yes.
But let's move on to TJ.
Now, speaking of alpha males and members of alpha male members, we had alpha male member, current member Cody Garbrandt, and former bantamweight champion Cody
I said,
Garbrandt versus
Let's talk
former
about TJ.
former alpha male member and current champion TJ Dillashaw. This was a grudge match, and there were fireworks just as expected. And oh my God,
was the hate real for TJ or was the hate real for TJ?
Oh
man, it was real. Jeez,
these guys couldn't wait to get at it, and they went at it.
I never seen somebody hate somebody else so much in my life.
Listen, here's a question I pose. Had Cody knocked down TJ earlier instead of the tail end of round number 1, what would have happened? Or what could have happened?
He might have finished him if he had locked him down earlier in the round with time to work with.
Because
he might.
Look, man.
He might have.
For a lot of fighters, getting knocked down like that and surviving to fight another round, your confidence. A lot of other fighters, their confidence is shooken.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, not TJ.
Not TJ. No.
TJ came back and said, "Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
this is how it's gonna be. This is how you're gonna fight. This is how you're gonna." Okay, you know what?
I got you.
I could throw hands too, boy. And boy,
He didn't just throw
he
hands.
didn't just throw hands. He threw that kick, man.
Oh yeah. This was the night of kicks, guys.
Yes, it was.
I refer you to the prelim fight between Corey Anderson and Ove Sim Prue.
Yo, even those prelims were fire, folks.
Even those prelims.
Yeah,
oh
good
yes,
God.
they
From
were.
top to bottom, that event was
Oh
fire.
jeez.
Pretty awesome.
If you guys
No
have
complaints
UFC
whatsoever.
Fight Pass,
No complaints.
watch it on there.
Yes.
I mean,
go see it.
Seriously.
Yes,
Wait for them to put it on the them to put it on the archives. Go back to that event. Watch it.
Oh yeah.
Pay the
Pay-per-view
$9
of the
subscription with your money.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
It'll
be worth it.
And if not, then go ahead and torrent it. Yeah, I said it. What the hell?
Ooh.
The establishment is not going to be
The
happy.
establishment is not going to be happy with you. They're going to come knocking on your door.
Go on Pirate Bay.
Establishment.
Pirate Bay's good. Or you could go on Kick-Ass Torrent.
You're not supposed to recommend stuff.
Hey, it's my voice. I'm not writing it now.
Yes, not in writing. This is an oral contract, not a written one.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
There is an understanding.
So it doesn't apply?
No.
So it doesn't apply, exactly.
Okay.
So who's up next for TJ, you feel, Ness?
Maybe a rematch with Cody. Maybe. I mean, there's Rafael Assunção coming up. There's a couple of guys in the bantamweight division that are coming. We'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? Now I believe would be the perfect time to make DJ versus TJ.
Yes.
Versus champion.
Yes. Oh
Now.
my god.
Now we could do it.
Now we can talk about it.
Yes.
Now let's do it. Let's freaking do it now. That would be good.
this.
Man, that'll be
'Cause look,
good.
I'd like to see DJ move up to bantamweight because I mean, come on, there's really nothing at flyweight.
No, he cleaned
for
out that
DJ anymore.
division
He
already.
Cleaned out that division.
Division's
Move on up.
done.
Fight Dillashaw. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. Let's do this. Let's see it. Let's see the super
that
fight.
division is I'm sorry, flyweight division. That division is done. He cleaned it out.
He cleaned it out, yeah.
Nothing left in the flyweight division. Come on.
There's nothing left for nothing left for Johnson up there in flyweight division. Move on up, DJ. Come on, bro. Let's see you be the 4th 2-division champion. I want to emphasize that again. Champion.
And he could do it too.
Speaking of 2-division champions,
here we go.
Our main event Saturday night. The return
Oh,
of George
yes.
St. Pierre taking on the middleweight champion Michael Bisping for the middleweight title. The 4-year layoff for for GSP, and my God, he looked like he didn't even miss a beat. And then some.
Not to mention he incorporated some new I wouldn't say so much maneuvers, but new skill sets. He did some things that I'm not used to him doing. St. Pierre has never, at least to my knowledge, I've never seen him throw a hook. He did here. And tell me this. What other fighter... Hold on. What other fighter uses a Superman punch and uses it effectively?
Do you guys realize who his boxing trainer is?
Oh, yeah.
The great Freddie Roach.
Oh, yeah. He uses a Superman punch.
Here's another thing to keep in mind. Coming into this fight, GSP said, now, at the age of 36, he's at his peak.
Wow.
This is what he said.
But what does GSP always look to do? Who's GSP's biggest critic?
GSP is his own worst critic.
And what happens as a cause of that?
He gets better. Okay. He gets better.
You really think GSP isn't gonna sit down, look at that tape, and say, I think I need to improve on, you know?
GSP is now the middleweight champion. He is now the third first fighter in UFC history to become a two-division champion. The fourth to win 2 belts. The third to be two-division champion. I want to make that distinction.
And actually make it mean something and not hold it hostage.
Okay. Conor won 2 belts, but he's not in that same list with Randy Couture, BJ Penn, and George St. Pierre. These guys are two-division champions. Champions.
And people who will defend. People who will fight.
Yes.
They're champions. They deserve the label of champion, as he's saying.
Yeah, you nugget.
Right. McGregor won.
McGregor's a two-division. McGregor is a two-division belt holder, not champion.
Belt holder. Yeah.
Because remember my definition of champion, folks. Go back to previous podcasts.
Correct.
St. Pierre.
Exactly.
He was very. I want to say. Part of me wants to say elusive. The other part of me wants to say he was very relaxed, very swift, very loose out there.
It's as if he
never... And I've never... I'm going to say this. I've never seen him... Sure, he took shots from the bottom. But as I repeated during the fight, this may seem like it favors Bisping, but it's also favoring St. Pierre in a sense. Because he's making Bisping use up all that energy. St. Pierre knows what he's doing. Okay. Here's the thing. I never seen St. Pierre, at least from a performance standpoint, I've never seen him that relaxed. That's
because he didn't have the pressure of defending the belt.
He was calm. He was. Oh my lord!
Hey, when he told us he was at his peak now at 36, he wasn't lying. I mean, we saw it.
And yeah, he ate shots. Yeah, he got cut up. Yeah, he was. He was winded, but that's because he needs to get used to this division, fighting at this weight.
Right.
However, am I going to underestimate him and say that he's not going to do so? Bro, you bet your next fight his cardio will be there.
Go back to previous past, guys. He underestimated him.
Shut up. I never underestimated George.
55 to 45, remember?
Hey, but I still said I give him the chance still.
No, I said 51-49. See?
Oh, well, bro, I was just trying to get to 100, all right?
So that means I was more right. I was right. You were wrong.
No, the hell you weren't. You were still going for Bisping. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but I gave GSP a bigger chance than you did. See? Mm-hmm.
You're fired.
That's right.
Sácalo de aquí.
That's right. Get the hell out of here.
That's classic. So, what do you think is next for GSP?
You were more wronger than I was.
Yeah.
What are you, 3?
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
well, I was righter than you. Yeah. Oh yeah, well, you were wronger. Oh yeah, well, you're the wrongerist.
That's right.
Well, you're the wrongeristess.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, well you're the wrongerist times 10.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Now,
my
children.
gosh. Now, I know I asked the rest of the panel this question after the fight, but I want them to air it. I want you guys to hear what Star Fox and Austin the Blade have to say regarding the matter.
Go ahead.
You heard me hyping up George St. Pierre. You heard me talk about how special of a fighter he is. And obviously, I regard him number 1. But either way, St. Pierre or Silva, you can't go wrong.
No, absolutely.
Because I regard Silva. I regard Silva number 1 as well. If that makes any sense.
These guys are in the Mount Rushmore. Okay, 1A. However way you slice it, these guys. I mean, this is the Mount Rushmore of MMA. Mm-hmm. Silva, GSP, DJ.
What were your feelings? What were your feelings going into the fight? I mean, in terms of you guys only have what Ness and I had to say in regards to GSP. So what did you feel in terms of how we were hyping him up, and how did you feel afterwards?
Yes.
I thought you guys hyped him up pretty good.
Yeah, but did you think we were BSing? Did you think, it's just talk, or they're just fans?
No.
Oh, right.
No. Because I know that when you guys hype up something, you guys actually mean it. And you're not hyping up something just to hype it up. And I was like, this fight's going to be amazing. Well, afterward, I thought, what did I just see? What was that?
Mm-hmm.
That was my initial reaction.
Yeah.
What about you, Austin? I mean, I think he has seen St. Pierre before, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
not sure.
In the beginning, I really wasn't feeling it, and I know you guys could tell that from where we did that show, Thursday. Sorry, it's Friday.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, I had to think about that. Even on Saturday night, I was like, yeah, I gotta go home and watch this PS UFC event, Really wasn't feeling it. I said, fine, I'll get on there, because I said I was gonna watch it, and I gotta watch it for the thing, for the show, and, even when we were watching the prelims, I was like, okay, this might be pretty legit. And then, we watched the very first fight, and I was like, holy crap. And the thing that really got my attention was, with Rose and everybody, and I saw that, I was like, okay. I was like, you know what, this is going to be legit. And that got my attention. I mean, I did want to watch GSP by default, even before this, and even before we talked about it.
Yes.
Because I saw GSP's last fight before he retired. So I was like, I definitely want to watch GSP, that's for sure. And now I'm like there's even this UFC event that I want to watch next Saturday, or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, I want to watch that too.
And just to be objective here, GSP's last fight before this one was probably his worst performance I've seen.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, but think about this: if even that was enough to make him want to watch GSP again, that just speaks of how
that speaks of
much of a draw he is. And GSP doesn't need to be a Conor McGregor to draw numbers, to draw people, to draw interest.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be that guy.
His skill set speaks for itself. Again, there's just certain guys whose skill set speaks for itself. They don't have to go around and sticking their chest out and doing all this. I'm the best. You don't have to do all that.
No. This isn't WWE wrestling. Exactly. It's supposed to be MMA. And I'm not saying that you can't talk trash to hype up the fight. You can't talk trash because go for it. If you want to sell the numbers, go for it. Do it. Yeah. But there's a such thing as you selling a fight and then you looking like a damn fool. Mm-hmm. With your pants on the ground.
Pants on the ground.
Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground, with your hair rolled back and your... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Do it. Wait,
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're on the roll. From the top.
From the top. Here we go. Let's go. Come on.
All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Go ahead.
Pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground, with your hair rolled back, eyes rolled back, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
Man, and I remember when that came on TV originally.
Yo,
all the way back
I was
to,
bouncing
like,
on my
2010.
couch and my hands were going everywhere, and
No, but
And
I remember watching
that song speaks the truth. Okay, fellas, pull your damn pants up. Nobody wants to see you.
please. And by the way, it's not attractive, y'all.
All right, stop with it. Stop with the
Okay.
gay prisoner mentality. Look, okay, stop it.
It's not attractive. Period. All right.
Wear a damn belt,
Yeah.
people. Yeesh.
Seriously, it's not cool. Okay.
Anyway, we just went off on a tangent here.
Yeah, fashion tangent. Anyway.
Things in Atlanta. But before the Georgia sun sets, we've got...
Oh, you're a general. Okay.
I want to sing my song called Pants on the Ground.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Pants on the ground.
Okay, what's it about?
People need putting their pants up.
All right.
Okay.
Can I
Ready
sing?
when you are.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground, with the gold in your mouth, hat turned sideways, pants hit the ground. Call yourself a cool cat, looking like a fool, walking downtown with your pants on the ground. Giddy up, hey, get your pants off the ground, looking like a fool, talking with your pants on the ground. Giddy up, hey, get your
Oh my
pants on the
goodness,
ground,
dude.
looking like a fool with your
I forgot
pants on the
crazy this
ground,
was.
gold in the mouth,
Okay.
hat turned sideways.
Thank you.
Holy snap.
On the ground. Boom. Whoa. Like a fool. Ground with the gold in your mouth. Head turned sideways. Head hit the ground.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
That's insane.
Larry, what was that song called?
Pants on the ground.
Positive? You know, I have a
Classic
horrible
right
feeling
there.
that song could be a hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my pants up. I'm gonna buy some belts after this. Yeah, a lot of belts.
Freaking Randy.
Idiot, man.
Randy Jackson. And you know what's so
That-
funny is he was all cool about it. What's that song called again? Pants on the ground.
Like, bro, how you get all
How
calm
you
after
still?
that, bro?
I know. How you gonna be all calm when you all hyped up talking about pants on the ground, pants on the ground, looking like fool with your pants on the ground, with your gold in your mouth, your head turned sideways, looking like fool with your pants on the ground.
No, but I remember when that came on though.
Yo,
Actually.
where's that guy from, by the way? Do we even know where they? Somewhere in the South, right?
Yeah. I think he's from Louisiana, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was
Talking with
on
your
my
pants on the
birthday in
ground. Like, wait a
2010,
minute, what?
actually.
Walking with your pants on the ground.
No, wow, that's crazy.
And you know what's crazy? I haven't even had caffeine today.
Oh wow.
Oh, Dios mío. That's natural. Oh, Dios.
It is.
What got into you all of a sudden?
I just got hyped.
Anybody want to do a final wrap up?
It's all good. Well, Saturday night's UFC 217 event was definitely event of the year. It was just what we needed to get an escape from all the BS going on behind the scenes. It was the perfect event. I don't know what the future holds, but that Saturday night was just what we needed.
Just what the
Spot
doctor ordered, folks.
Just what the doctor ordered, folks. Yes.
Well, folks, we'll definitely be back tomorrow. There's a special show that I want to do, and it may not be one of our most upbeat type shows, but it's interesting nevertheless. It's we're going to be covering Owen Hart and incidents leading to his death, and we're going to talk about his death, and we're going to talk about the aftermath of certain things, and you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that, because I've discovered some awesome information regarding that incident. So, guys are definitely gonna watch this.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yes.
That's right.
And pick your pants up, people.
Yeah, wear a belt, please. Wear a belt.
Wear a belt, okay?
Right?
Wear a belt. It don't look attractive. Girls don't want to see that.
Nobody wants to see your tighty whities or your boxers, okay?
See that?
Put on a belt. Hold your pants up.
No.
Right.
Yes, just hold your pants up.
Hold on, I'm about to pull my shorts down real quick. Hold on.
Hey! You
can't do that on the air.
Hey!
Hold on,
I'm
gonna turn the camera on and I'm gonna moon everybody real quick.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, keep your pants on. Hold on to your blessings. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show.
And of course, I'd like to end off with a resounding E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! That's right. See y'all in 2 weeks, Mo. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, sons of... need to get humbled. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yes.
God bless y'all. See you guys tomorrow.
Later.
Well, it's kind of a weird ending theme, don't y'all think?
Yeah.
Is this some sort of like a yoga theme or something?
Yes.
I think it is.
Everybody do yoga. That's what they do in GTA.
Really?
Yeah, there's the one guy on the talk show giving yoga instructions. He's like, "Come on, everybody with me, everybody with me."
Yeah, I've heard that happen. Right. Yeah, I've heard that happen.
If you folks are watching this finale, I want everybody to just sit Indian style, close your eyes, take a deep breath, feel it in your soul, and everybody. That's it. Star Fox, where are you? That's it. Good job, folks.
Good job revving the engine up.
These guys are crazy. Making me do this stuff.
Ain't nobody making you do nothing, sir.
That's right.
How dare you, Austin? For ENT Hooligans, I'm Baby Moy, and we're out of here.